Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, we have landed upon Stukov. I'm not gonna lie, he's not a sport that I play very often, although I do appreciate how strong of a character he actually is. He was added into the game on July 11th, and as of this recording date, it's November 27th, so he hasn't been in the game very long, but he has received some significant changes while he's been in the Nexus. I will say that I don't play him often, but playing against a Stukov could be so incredibly frustrating. The first time I played versus Duck Train was in a show match, and I was playing Karazim, I was playing my best hero, I was ready to go in, and every time I went to heal anyone around me, Dunk would just be like, no you don't, get out of here, and he used his arm and just pushed me out of the fight. So I was basically useless in every single team fight, and not very many characters can make you feel useless in Heroes of the Storm, quite like Stukov can. So I'm going to try my best today. Don't expect too much out of me, but we do have some interesting things to talk about during our match.
Victory above all.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we find ourselves on Volskaya Industries. It might be a great game to actually try out that knockback at level 10, the massive shove. Pretty cool ability if you've never seen it before. At level 1 we are gonna go for... Ooh. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think I'm gonna go for... Okay, so I know that his quest talents aren't the most popular things in the whole world right now, and everyone goes for Growing Infestation, because Growing Infestation is so easy. It's so easy, you just put it down. So I guess I'll do that, although I do enjoy his quest talents at level 1. If you've never seen Stukov before, he's a pretty interesting healer. In order to get the most out of his healing, he needs a little bit of uptime to do that. What you may have just seen there... No, walk into the silence. What you may have just seen there was my healing toxin spreading to all of our allies in the area. After a short time, I can detonate that toxin if I deem that necessary by using our trait. This is called the healing pathogen. I like to think of Stukov as just a plain virus spreader. And the more he can spread his virus, the happier he will be. Okay, let's just put that silence down so Morals can't come in and heal her mouth AL. This is on a 10-second cooldown, and just by using the healing pathogen, you're not going to be getting too much out of it, because it's just a small heal over time. Think of the pathogen as a regen globe that your team can kind of spread between each other. That's basically all it does on a baseline. But you'll notice this icon that's incredibly hard to see for light green colorblinded people, Blizzard. Just putting that out there. It doesn't adhere to any of the colorblind rules. Just putting that out there, Blizzard, if you ever want to change it. It has a duration, and if I step near any of my allies while this ability is up, then I will spread the healing pathogen to them. I can detonate that by using Bio Kill Switch, which is our trait that's on a 16-second cooldown. And by using that trait, it will detonate any virus that I have out on the map. Now, you may notice next to my face over here, we have 2 viruses. The other one is our weighted pustule. This is one that we will use on our enemies, and it will fire off it's a straight line skill shot. Looks just like that. It will fire off a slow on them, and we can detonate that to increase the slow amount, I believe. Sorry, I was getting beat up by a Sonya. I couldn't think and talk. So, hurl a pustule that impacts enemy heroes in the path, dealing 23 damage and slowing them by 5%, increasing to 50% over 3 seconds if we detonate that pustule. Now, this is actually pretty good lane clear, and this is Stukov's E ability, especially if you get the silence or the area increase at level 1. It can be pretty good at lane clearing. I am going to go for Vigorous Reuptake. It is a bit of an annoying talent to get going, but I think it pays off later in the game. As long as you wait for your healing pathogen to spread as much as possible, you can then detonate that, and if you detonate 40 of them, it's going to increase the healing that the ability does by a pretty substantial amount. So in situations like this, where our team is always going to be together doing something, we could just make sure this pathogen spreads exactly where we want it to go, and then detonate it on our whole team, and we're sitting at 10 stacks already. I wouldn't recommend this on every map by any means, but on the maps that it works, I feel like it works really well. Let's try to slow down this Mathiel a little bit, and once again, spread that pathogen to our entire team at one time. So there was an interesting bug with the healing pathogen when Stukov was first released, and I say bug lightly. I think it was intended, but then they thought it was a little bit too much screen clutter. Your allies used to be able to see where the pathogen was and who it was on, which is a good thing, I think. It allows your team to position a lot easier, allows your team to, like, if they see the pathogen on an ally next to them, just move to that ally in order to get that healing. But for one reason or another, this was removed from the game. So your allies actually have no idea if the pathogen is on them or not, which makes Stukov's life a lot more difficult. A lot more difficult. Here, I'm just gonna put the silence down right here. Oh, no one's on the point. I'll get it, boys. I'll get it. I don't know. I kind of wish they would go back on that change, because I feel like that's useful information to have on the battlefield. And not having that hurts your team play. It hurts your synergy quite a bit. Looks like we were able to get the first objective. Of course, I'm not too worried about that. In fact, I am just going to go soak the top lane because there's a lot of XP up there. Remember your game fundamentals. Before level 10, you need someone soaking every single lane. Fun fact about Stukov, he actually has the hardest hitting auto attack in the game. We're going to go within my reach here at level 7 and just make it so that we can cast our silence at a significantly longer range. Hardest hitting auto attack in the game, but to counter that, it is melee only, and he does swing at a 0.67 auto attack, which I believe gives him the slowest auto attack in the game as well. So, you know, you kind of have to give up a little bit in order to get that heavy attack, but a lot of Stukov players simply forget that they have that. And it's such a hard-hitting ability that it's really worth remembering. Looks like the friendly team's having a hard time. Now, I do need to rotate down here and continue to spread the pathogen, if I can, just to get that thing. I mean, honestly, with this quest, I should be detonating my Q every time our trait's off cooldown, even though it's kind of weird to play that way. Hey, how you doing, bud? Hope you're doing well. I'm just straight up winning this trade. Look, Mathiel can't fight me. Hold on. We might lose now. Yeah, I think we lost now!
Remember when you died? Oh, yeah, that just happened.
All right. I believed I was winning that trade. It looked like I was winning that trade. Was my kill switch up? It may have been. Yeah, oh well. Oh well. Like I said, I've probably only played 4 games of Stukov since he came out. 4 or 5 games since he came out. So I definitely don't know the limits of the character in any capacity. But we can still try. I feel like there's more to talk about. Oh, his heroic abilities. So when he was released, he basically had one choice, and that was Massive Shove. Because Massive Shove had the better level 20 upgrade. And the knockback, in my opinion, at level 10 is pretty underwhelming. I think you really need the level 20 upgrade to really appreciate how good the flailing swipe can be. So that pretty much meant that... Ooh, that was a weird interaction. Here, can I just silence her? I feel like my E's on cast on release for some reason instead of smart cast. So, basically every game ever, Stukov would just go for the Massive Shove. I'm going to pick it here because I think we can remove Morales from the game really easily. Every time she goes into fight, we can just knock her away and blow up her allies. Our team has some pretty good damage, and they've been doing a great job of killing targets already, so I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Let's rotate down here and see if we can kill off this Alarak. So the Massive Shove there has a 20-second cooldown. He pushes the exact opposite way that the exact way that I'm facing when I shove him. So he would have gone straight back into our towers, and I believe he gets stunned on impact. Stunning them for 0.5 seconds, so not a big stun, not that big of a deal, but it is still a stun. Jim Raynor's still down in the bottom lane getting that camp, so we are going to be a little slow on this rotation. We're not going to have everyone here, but of course we just killed off their Alarak, so we may be just fine. Let's just get that healing pathogen spreading already. Try to silence that Sonya out of her whirlwind, heal up our allies, and I should have moved Morales out. Well, I could have had slightly better timing for that, for sure. I can't detonate that pathogen either. We were too low on health. So, ideally, we move Morales out as their team is engaging. I moved her out right as she got the stim off, and I was surrounded by enemy heroes, so definitely not the best application of that there. Looks like our team's still doing okay. I'm worried if we don't focus Morales down quickly, though, that they're going to be able to heal through too much stuff. Looks like our Alarak's still staying alive momentarily, but Malthael will take him down. We're rotating up to the top lane now. We only need 6 more detonation. Oh, never mind. It's 50. I said it was 40 earlier, so we have quite a bit more to go. We also have this pushing. Junkrat, can you kill bot, please? Since he just uses heroic anyway. What's wrong with our Rainer?
Much obliged.
Thank you.
Nighty night.
Yeah, he's got that. Good. We don't want to give them any more soak than they have to get. Also, I guess I'll just detonate some of these. Just get our quest going a little bit more. We're at 36.
Moving out.
36. As these guys are re-engaging, we have a few options. We can move them out. I thought I had that angle a little bit better. That's unfortunate. I want this to spread so I can heal him. I was trying to interrupt the whirlwind, but she didn't whirlwind. Careful team, careful team. Spreading the pustule. I cannot detonate it though. 4 seconds on that. We are going to go for low blow at level 13, which is actually turning our silence into a bit of an execute. It's pretty ridiculous. We'll just put this down on their Alarak and on their Sonya, basically blocking the path for any of them trying to re-engage here. We could push Sonya back pretty far here. Here, let's stun her against the wall. Oh, never mind. Mine hit the wall. Fuck. I honestly didn't know it worked like that. Looks like our friendly team is going to be able to move in here and take these guys down, though. I mentioned that Stukov had one of the hardest hitting auto attacks in the game. At level 1, you can actually turn your melee attack into a ranged attack, but it reduces the damage that you deal by 40%. That used to be 50% damage reduction, so it would cut your damage in half. And then they made it a 30% damage reduction, but that was a little bit too strong, so they did go back and readjust that a little bit. With your silence, it is very important to kind of sit it down in an area you want to zone, so obviously these guys are favoring this bottom side here, so we just put our silence down there in order to keep them at bay. Let's just move that Sonya out of the fight momentarily, detonate our pustules, keep everyone alive, keep everyone healthy, and now slow her down that she's starting to push in versus our team. I can't do anything else to keep him alive, sadly. All right, I'm back it up, back it up. We want to silence the morals. Oh, Junkrat stayed bottom. Did he stay bottom? Huh. Hey, we're done with our quest. So let's just back up as far as we can. Clear out the minion wave. Try to stop him from advancing too fast. Once this wall gets low, we definitely just remove ourselves from this area. Okay, so now that our quest is completed, the bio kill switch healing is increased by 40%. So that massive heal we give to our team just got even bigger, and we should be able to do a lot of good on the battlefield with that. Hopefully he'll come join us and defend our keep if they keep pushing. But it actually looks like they're backing off now. I'll just stand in the middle of this and get this going. I wonder how good our time was on that. 12 minutes doesn't seem that bad. It's a slow quest, boys. It's a slow quest. But now we're approaching the late game, I could save my detonations for really important things, really important timings. We are going to pick up Pox Populi. Populi. Popsuli. I don't know how to say it, but we are going to go for that. Our kill switch will no longer remove the pathogen. So with everyone grouped like this, by the way, silence on an entire team there, and we are able to take down the enemy team's Sonya. We'll be able to heal our whole team, basically keep this bouncing all the time. And then if we do need to detonate that healing, they still have increased regen after the fact, which obviously is pretty good. So as we're pushing forward, we're slowly regenerating our entire team as they move up. Uh-oh. But when we have times of need, like, I don't know, right now, look at that. I removed that stim drone from the fight. We can then, if I didn't have everything on cooldown, we could then just silence Morales so she doesn't do any healing. Like, this shit's strong. All right, I'm trying to keep him at bay. Nicely done there. I imagine that our low damage silence would be better used on team comps where we have lockdowns. So like a Nazebo wall or an ETC stun, things like that could really allow us to ramp up that damage quickly. My placement of our silence has not been that good in today's fight, or today's game, but I do see the potential that it has. Well, let's just stun her against the wall. Hopefully we can clean this up, no problem. I don't have my silence, otherwise I would use it. Alright, detonate that. Heal. We almost lost that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The objective is up in the bottom lane. We're just going to keep spreading this thing around to everyone as much as we can. The monstrosity is up top, though. So it could be getting a lot of XP for the enemy team. That Abathur soak, we can't just ignore that. It can be extremely strong. I'll stay on the point while they're walking around. We didn't lose control or anything. We didn't lose any time, but I prefer not be the one standing on it. But hey, that's poor life, I guess. Nova trying to take that camp over. She'll be able to do that just fine. Not worried about that at all. The monstrosity is going for a keep right now. We need to kill top. But we also need a team fight. So it puts us in a bit of a hard position. A bit of a difficult position. Go ahead and detonate that ult and just push this guy to the side now that he casted his. We'll go ahead and land a silence on Malthael as well, so he can't do any funny business, and that will be a kill secured by the friendly team. We now have our heal jumping to everyone on the friendly team. Junk, get top, please. Now that he ulted. Nicely done by our Nova there. Nicely done. Here, I'll jump in, I guess, since he really feels like he needs a gunner. I typically don't think you need two people in this, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I totally understand that not everyone agrees with me. Okay. Here we go, boys. 3 members of the enemy team are dead. All of their front line. Only Morals is still standing. Abathur's off doing Abathur things somewhere. It looks like Junkrat's having a hard time cleaning that monstrosity up this time. We do need to remember that we are going to be outnumbered when the enemy team does respawn, so we might need to back out accordingly. But it looks like we're going to be able to get this building down, no problem. We now have our storm talents. I am a strong believer that bio explosion switch is garbage, and you should not take it. So we're just going to be grabbing the upgrade for when push comes to shove. But if you did go for the area of effect knockback at level 10, the level 20 upgrade is fantastic. That used to have a 3-second cooldown in between each application. Where are we going? We're just running away from him. Yo, the fuck out of here. Oh no! Now he leaves, what the fuck? He's running away from everyone, too afraid to fight a Malthael. I get out to help him fight the Malthael, and he leaves. And then he goes and dies top. Okay, all right. Got that play-by-play right. Okay. Okay. Great. All right, so we have 2 members of the friendly team dead at the 20-minute, or at the level 20 mark, which means we could lose the game at any time. The rest of our team is taking this mercenary camp right here, and it looks like they're doing that just fine. They do need to be careful. The enemy team likely is taking that. I guess not. Okay, maybe they're backing up. I don't know what they're doing. We do have catapult pressure down in the bottom lane, which is going to build up over time. Nova roaming around looking for a kill, trying to find anything. The locusts aren't in the bottom. The locusts aren't in the... Yeah, there's no locusts on the map, so it appears that Abathur is just sitting back in the spawn. We are popping up right now. The friendly team incredibly split, ripe for the picking. If you're ever playing Heroes of the Storm and you're at the 18-minute mark, never do what our team is doing. They are all over the map right now. Jim Raynor decided to walk into a little bit of trouble on his own, and he is going to be killed. That was a 1v3, buddy. The 1v3 button. Mouthiel, however, is split for the enemy team. He does dodge. Oh, can he dodge that? Hey, get away from me. Well, I was checking my phone. Let's stop splitting up.
If we must.
That's the nicest way I could say that, I feel like. Okay. Hey, Junkrat, you're not on your mount. That was a weird bug. Let's just sit back really safely here in the back line and try to spread our silence around. Doesn't look like we'll be able to do so. Junkrat, using his heroic ability quite a bit, is going to be... Get out of here.
Moving out.
We moved him all the way back to somewhere in here. And that basically doesn't have a cooldown as long as we push someone for more than a second. So we got that done. Now we can do it again. Now it has a 20-second cooldown. We do need to defend that top lane relatively quickly. That monstrosity is about to get a keep. I don't think we'll be able to stop it. Oh, never mind. We were. The objective is coming up. We have everyone alive again. So let's try to move it on that. Junkrat deciding, you know what? Now's a good time to look for Abathur. Group up. Group up, team. Come on. Come on. Hopefully we can get a decent shove here. Remove someone from this fight. Like, I don't know, this Alarak. Trying to silence the morals as she moves up. We do just that, but I wasn't able to get my heal off in time. Yeah, we need to back up. We need to back up, boys. We need to back up, boys. Junkrat is up in the air. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, whole team's dead. Whole team's dead at level 21. I don't know if we're going to be able to defend. I'll push the lane back really quickly. By the way, this is fantastic lane clear. I think Stukov is one of the better lane clear supports. Well, he's pushed up really far. Maybe we can do something with this. I didn't miss my slow on him, unfortunately. We could just chill back behind the wall here, though. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That was so close to him dying. His heroic ability, or his trait there actually did a lot of damage. Well, it looks like we might be able to contest this objective again. Be fine. If we can get everybody in here. No, it is going to finish, but we can still defend, no problem. No problem. All right, Gym Laner, don't look at your phone. See if we can get you in there. We are losing top right now. But that's just going to happen. It's already gone. Top's already gone. Falling back for top right now doesn't make any sense. But Jim Raynor doesn't care about sense. He only pays in American dollars. So he's going to head up top. I'm just going to ping here a few more times, try to get everyone rallied here. Not going to detonate my heal yet. I don't feel like we need to. We can just put our silence on that Alarak who was thinking about diving in. Now that Sonya's in the base, we can push her up top. We got to detonate this heal. And that does secure a kill on Sonya, so that was a great use of our shove there. Top lane is dead. Jim Laner still up in the top lane, defending nothing. Oh, that's pretty good.
Well done.
Oh, shit. I think it bought me a second. Jim Laner taking a mercenary camp. Hey, Jimbo, maybe pay the fuck attention. He's silenced. He's not doing shit. He doesn't notice. Go, core, bot, now. Let's go, team. Let's go.
We should attack their core.
Jim Laner stays to fight the middle minion wave. Jim Laner knows that the lane is all that matters, and he will fight for his right to be in it. Jesus Christ, they're still in the middle lane. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, Sonya is going to be popping up right now. We just want our heals spreading. We got to detonate it. Never mind. Silence down is going to hit Sonya. Yep. She can't cast anything. Good job, team. Good job, team. Let's just keep the heals spreading. Can I knock that thing back? I would really like to knock that thing back. All right, we can spread the heal one more time. Oh, hard game. Hard game. I definitely could have played that better too, but
Give me them gold pieces,
definitely
man.
had a little bit of coordination issues in there too, you know what I'm saying? Looks like we are going to win today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to play it along at home, the talents we used in today's video are as follows. Buy for time, buy for time, buy for time. Growing infestation, vigorous reuptake within my reach, massive shove, low blow, pox pupulipuli, and push comes to shove. There's stats for the game since I casually skipped over them. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you all tomorrow with Sylvanas. Yay! I still think Sylvanas is one of the best characters in the game. There's never been a time where Sylvanas wasn't good, despite popular opinion. Alright, y'all later, bye!